try this again. Oh, helps take the e-brake off. So last time I tried to do one of these videos, my camera holder vibrated and rattled so much that you couldn't hear any of the audio. So we'll try this again. So I've already driven a couple hundred miles since I've got it running, and 100 miles was required on my AM. No, it's not the AM. 100 miles was required on my AGP turbo instructions. It said to drive it for 100 miles to flush out the assembly lube and to allow carbon to build up along the shaft. So that makes sense. Flush out the assembly lube. I've checked my car for leaks, boost leaks, oil leaks, and coolant leaks, and so far everything seems to be good. These BC coilovers are nice because you can adjust the spring perch and get your springs how stiff you want them, and then separately from that you can also thread the bottom portion of the shock in or out, and that adjusts your ride height. So your ride height and your spring rate are adjusted independently from each other. So that's something I really like about these. Alright, let's see if we can step on it here. It's got some pick up and go. It's fun. I'd be anxious to take it somewhere where I can really open it up. Somewhere where the speed limit's a little higher. So tonight I hooked up my Diablosport and loaded a 91 Octane tune. But right now I'm just testing it out. First impressions. I'm going to try to find a street that has a fairly high 50 plus 60 mile per hour range so I can actually do a wide open throttle. A couple of runs, I was noticing my AFRs were running into the 12.3, and I didn't want it there. So I pulled over and wanted to bring that down to the 11s. So I adjusted the air to fuel ratio with one of my parameters at each of the RPM ranges, and I richened it up by about 9%. And I'm going to do a couple of wide open throttle runs here, and it looks like I am now running an 11.2, 10.9, okay. Definitely brought it down. My AFR is definitely better into the richer portion, so bringing it down last night I loaded a tune with Diablosport, and it said everything was good to go. Tune was successful, loaded, and my car won't start now. So I was with tech support, and this happened once, and they were able to restore my factory tune. But today, that wasn't the case. And so now I'm going to have to take out my car's computer. This is called the PCM. And I'm going to have to mail it to them in Florida and wait to get that back. They have to test it along with my Diablosport tuner. So I'm not too happy right now. So at this point, were I to suggest a Diablosport? Not unless you're comfortable with the possibility of taking your car's computer out and mailing it to them in case there's a problem. So that kind of sucks.